What up, y'all? It's your boy, Joe Peoples, and this is Joe Peoples and the Peoples Podcast, episode 5. We made it back. So today is Friday, August 27th, 2021, and I've been on hiatus. I'm back after about 6+ weeks, and I just want to say welcome back. Thanks for sticking with your boy, and I hope y'all had a beautiful day, beautiful week, beautiful weekend coming up, and a beautiful last 6 weeks. So today's topic is balance. Yep, I said balance. To me, life is about balance. Find your balance and you'll find your happiness. For me, balance has never been about just being very even keeled. I tend to be an extreme person, so that is in all aspects of my life. And my balance is normally a lot of this and then a lot of this, and it comes to even out somewhere in the middle. So meaning, that's why I was off for the last 6 weeks, to be honest. I had about 2 solid weeks working like 60 hours a week, 7 days a week on the house, fixing it up. And I wanted to do that before I traveled. So I did get to travel, and I went to Connecticut, PA, and New Jersey. So that's where I've been for the last 4 weeks, or aka a month. And that's what's going on with me. So the reason I travel, well, I always plan on going back and seeing friends and family, but more importantly, shout outs to my mom and happy retirement. So my mom actually got to retire, and that was the main timing and reason for my trip this time around. And I got to stay with my mom and my stepfather Lloyd and see them, more than anyone else on this trip, which was, brilliant and beautiful. And it was great to see them. It's been too long, and it was just nice to see how they're doing in life and be there for this next chapter of the book of life for them as it unfolds. So very happy to do that. RIP to DMX, as you see this shirt. There will be a link in the bio below for Zazations, which is my beautiful wife's company. And she made this shirt. It's irony. So again, it's all about balance, right? X was a person who was very extreme, RIPX, and he had some issues and some demons in his life, but he went hard with everything. Like when he went hard with the music, he was on top of the world, and his lows were his lows. This show was supposed to be the 20th anniversary for It's Dark and Hell is Hot, the album, and it was gonna be at Toad's place. Ironically, I had my wife made me this beautiful shirt. Check it out. Got the album cover front and back there with the date on it, but he never made it to the concert. And actually, I believe he was hospitalized, for drug issues. And that wasn't his final hospitalization before the end, but it kind of was leading up to that. So it just to remind me that though this concert never happened, this album meant the world to me. I actually was there for the original release party in Bridgeport, Connecticut at Palacio de Blanco back then. And it was amazing. So, I was happy to support and go out to this concert even though it never happened. Anyway, switching gears, I just want to say shout outs to everyone that I saw in Connecticut, PA, and New Jersey, friends and family, my mom and Lloyd. It was great doing it. A story that stands out to me was I was talking to my mom about a lot of things, but my mom's one of 8 kids, and it came up when she was talking about a story one time that my grandmother, rest in peace, one year my mom asked for new shoes, and she went to this place that was more of a shoe shop and a little more expensive than normal, and found these shoes she really liked. And I think my grandma knew from her at that time that it was very important to her, and went ahead and bought her those, even though that wasn't the norm. She could have easily said, no, we got to go somewhere else, get something cheaper, give her a hand-me-down from one of her other sisters before. But that stood out to my mom, that it was something my grandma did for her, and that she really felt at that point she needed in her life that moment, and it was like a special time and bond where she'll always remember it, even though it was forever ago. And my mom's done a lot of those things for me. I can't get into all those stories because I have so many of them, but even from this trip, We went all the way up to Massachusetts for a lobster roll for a place that ended up being closed. But we took a detour and got a great lobster roll in Connecticut, upstate, on the way back anyway. And I got to spend time with my mom and Lloyd and to, enjoy a cool car ride and speak about things. And I'll remember that for always. So that's a little of my trip and a little random story there. Also want to say shout outs to my sister, aka my female twin, and my gun range partner, and my video game playing partner, and also my paper towel castle partner, building in the back of grocery stores and all the crazy things we did growing up. Love you, sis. Thank you so much for hosting me and spending time and driving me all over the place, eating crazy stuff with me, just connecting more and talking and sharing stories, watching silly movies, watching good movies, and just being together as brothers and sisters. So it was amazing. Saw a lot of people actually over the time. Also reconnected with my cousin John. He's about 3 years older than me. He lives in Pennsylvania, and I hadn't spent the night at his house or had long, deep conversations like that probably ever. But since I was 10 or something, I mean, we used to go to Sesame Place down in Pennsylvania, staying with my aunt and uncle. Last time I remember spending the night there, so it's been forever. We had some great conversations, and I got to meet my nephew and my niece. Shout outs to Sean and Lily. I had such a great play date. We had water wars, shooting guns and throwing water all over each other, blowing bubbles out outside, going nuts, making up wild games downstairs and running around crazy. It was just a great time. I see a lot of your father and both of you guys in different ways, and it was pretty amazing. And ironically, one of my really good friends, I tell people it's my cousin because we're so close. His name is Sean. He lives down in Georgia. So it was fitting that that name came back around full circle. And Lily is actually a friend of mine that I lost not too long ago that I made a song for too. And, it was awesome, hearing that name and, seeing, that come back around full circle as well. So I had a great time in Pennsylvania, got to eat some cheesesteaks, some great home food. Me and my cousin were talking about family traditions and our lives and our paths and how everything went, and eating a bunch of food while we did it. Then from there, at one point we just got into music and hip hop. And we started talking about groups and the progression of hip hop and how it started. And we kind of started playing a game of remember this song? Something really obscure. And he'd be like, I think this song kind of sparked this song to this style, to this genre. And we just play that. And a lot of times we were like, whoa, yeah, I remember that. And then once in a while he'd say something and I was like, I don't remember that. And he'd play oh, yeah. And vice versa. I'd say something like, remember this? He's like, I never heard of it. And then he'd be like, oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember the hook. So that was really fun. Shout outs to Jason and Lee. It was great catching up with you guys. Thank you for putting on the Couch Crash and for your love and appreciation for couch surfing and your enthusiasm and your energy. It was always great to see you guys and where you're at now, where you're going. A lot of things have changed the last year or so in the country and with everyone else. So it's great to see you guys are doing great. And love you guys. Shout outs to my man Castro when I got down to Jersey. We've been knowing each other for a long time online, making music, hearing each other's stuff, and it was good to connect with you, brother. Thank you for those frog legs and beer. Super random, but it was it was cool, actually hearing your life story and your background and similarities, and I could feel that stuff in your music. And also just talking music and real hip hop. I know you're a real hip hop head, so we started getting to lyrics and debates and what's going on with the state of things and other music and just kicking it. I'm actually surprised we didn't talk about MMA. I don't think once. Both of us are huge into MMA. Well, we did just briefly, but it was actually musical versions of MMA. Songs both of us had made, or maybe we should do something new or whatever else. But I wish you a lot of luck, bro, in life and with your family and also musically. So I feel like you got to put more out, man. You got a huge base of people online and random apps and stuff that really dig your style and your battles. But I think you need to get out there on Spotify and Apple Music and all the rest, and just let the whole world hear your stuff, man. Because you're big, and you need to be bigger. I think more people need to hear you. So much love, bro, to you and your family. Shout outs to my boy Chaz and my sister Elba. So yeah, I know y'all having a baby boy any day, so I can't wait to meet little Ricky. It was great seeing you guys and the girls, and just kicking it, playing little games on the TV, and just having some pizza, and just seeing you guys. So I wish I had more time, but I enjoyed every second we had. And I'm glad me and Chaz got to go over to Rootsman, because they were closed the next time I went back. And we got to get it in and hit up Seaside, get a little fishing in. Though we didn't catch much of anything. Chaz, you still caught one, you always do. And, that nasty storm came in, but we got some good time in before that. And that was cool, bro. And coming over to my sisters and chilling, which I'm sorry I left your tent there, but I guess you guys don't need it at the moment with the baby on the way. And you know where it is whenever you're in the area, you know what I mean? Just let me know, and we'll link up with my sister and figure it out. Much love to you guys, man. My man Pico and Lily, love you guys. And Layla and Aaliyah, yeah, you guys are awesome. We had a great time over there hanging out, just kicking it with the whole family, all the Montaneros, and just all the fun stuff there. It was great talking and catching up. Also Jamal, Nasir, you guys are getting big, man. You gave me and Andy a run at our basketball, and you know what I mean, get some old men tired, but we had fun. The pool, it was freezing, but it was good. Shout out to Kathy and the whole family. You guys had always showed me love, and I appreciate it for sharing your family with me. And just kicking it. Me and Lily stayed up late that night, just had some conversations, which was awesome. So that was a cool part of my trip and a highlight for sure. My friend Wilder, shout outs to you. What up? Evan and Logan, great seeing you guys grow up and get big. I'm glad we got a beach day in together. It's always a great time. And had some ice cream, went for a nice walk. I got buried alive. I buried both of you alive. We went swimming. Just good times, those things are going to burn a hole into my memory and be implanted. So it was a lot of good times there. All my couch surfing friends, Dimitri, Margaret, John, everybody, from flipping pancakes to going on that submarine to eating all the food. It was really cool. And all my new couch surfing friends that I met, I'm sure we'll be in touch again. Until I see you somewhere, anywhere. I look forward to that. My boys TJ and Colin. Yeah, man, that was a great day. I appreciate you guys both jumping out from lunch. I laughed because we were supposed to do it at Rootsman, which me and TJ both love, and we love Jamaican. Colin might love Jamaican more than anyone I know besides myself, and he loves spicy food. Still has not been to Rootsman, which blows my mind, but we get to Rootsman and it's closed. So TJ says, yeah, my sister and I think maybe his cousin had been to this place right next door to it in the same plaza called Trap Chicken. It looked pretty basic. I wasn't blown away, but I was like, well, let's just walk in and see what the menu looks like. The owner was there. He talked to us. He was really cool. The prices were very fair. It sounded interesting, and frankly, it made sense. So we went ahead and ordered. They both got chicken. I think TJ got the mac and cheese and collard greens. I think Colin got the collard greens as well. I don't remember what his side dish was, maybe rice. And then I had to switch it up. So I got the burger with the spicy jerk chicken sauce and the fries and all that. And sounds like it's thunderstorming out there. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Anyway, the food was really cool, man. It came out, it was real fresh. It was really good. All three of us liked it. So if you ever get a chance, Trap Chicken down there on Park Ave, definitely recommend it. Joe People's stamp of approval. Yeah, so saw a lot of family. Things were good, and got my balance back. So I was like not seeing anyone, just me and my wife. We barely saw each other. We were working so much on the house, but we were able to get the upstairs apartment rented out. And yeah, we actually had a couple people come in and check in. I got another one coming in today that's going to be here for 2 months. So shout outs to that. Working on the second apartment, getting that finished, and we're working on the house. We're here in the living room. Just want to keep it casual and kick it with you guys, and just doing it right here with something simple. Want to throw the mic up and get it in. I figured it was more about the talk than the background, and why not, right? So again, today is all about life being balanced, and after coming back here, I feel like I'm getting my balance. I had so much work going on, and then I had so much playtime and chill time between seeing all the friends, eating all the food, driving over everywhere, going to the gun range, everything but work. And I've been working on the house a lot, so it was good. Definitely feel like I got a little out of balance on my food, probably put on 5-10 pounds, but not the best or worst in my life. I've been up to 195 pounds, and I've been down to a low as 152 pounds. I'm normally like 165-ish is kind of my happy point. I don't even look at a scale. I don't even know where I'm at on the scale right now, but I just can feel it different. I like that feeling when I'm good and on par and balanced, hit the gym and work out and all that and stay in shape. 41 years old, so I'm trying to keep as good as I can on the eating and all that kind of good stuff. So to me, there's a couple different things about balance. There's the mental balance, which is always a little yin and yang and pull with work versus play. So I like to work hard, get things done, achieve, go farther in life, and then sometimes you got to just fuck around and do nothing and kick back, enjoy, go hit the pool that I got in the backyard, go hit the beach, go hit the fire pit. So even when I'm working those 60-hour weeks, I try to get a little bit of pool time in, maybe a half hour a day, hour, or a fire pit, or both if I'm lucky. Just do that and go to bed instead of watching TV or whatever else. Also with the mental stuff, it's always same thing with learning. So it's learning versus relaxing. So sometimes when I have time off, I'm just on the phone, on the internet, looking up things, trying to figure out how they work, connect them all together. And then sometimes I just want to watch TV, jump in that pool, do whatever. So it's always a balance act for me, keeping that mental strong, but also keeping it not overworked and wound up too much, Even with family and friends, it's like I might see everyone and hang out, but I also need time alone just to gather my own thoughts and interpret things and see how I feel and do podcasts and make music, listen to music, interpret, So mental for me, that's my balance, I got to do both, like I said. So keeping that balance is important. That's how I keep happy and I'm in my best place. Also physically, eating clean versus, just indulging. Like I said, my balance is not like, eat good every meal. I tend to be extreme and then come extreme the other way. So I was eating so much pizza, lobster rolls, good food from friends and family, just, eating a lot of everything, Jamaican, all my favorite spots, hot dogs, the whole nine. So now I'm going to probably auto-correct and go the other way, adjust the diet and go pretty lean, maybe do some fasting for a day or two, start eating light, eating healthy. I just had some baked chicken today and rice with my mother-in-law's salsa, which is amazing. She sells and bottles it down in Mexico. Hopefully she could bring it up to the States sooner than later. You guys can all try it because it's mind-blowing. Also, even in my life with the mental, with the physical. So another thing is working out versus recovery. Sometimes I just got to go hard on working out, which I probably will, do a lot more cardio and work out a little harder these next coming days, as well as working on the house. But then sometimes I need to recover, because if you just beat your body up all the time, you don't gain and get stronger. And then for me, it also becomes mental, the physical part. If I don't recover, I'm just like, man, I'm beat, I don't want to do it anymore, it gets too repetitious. That's how it was for those 2 weeks leading into my time off. I knew I had to do it, but it was a little brutal until I got in the groove. The first couple days were but after a while I just settled in And I kept telling myself, when you travel, it's going to be the opposite of this. So just, enjoy this part of it as much as the other part. Sometimes I enjoy suffering. I'm crazy like that. And the last component to balance, the third component, is spiritual. So I'm not really religious or denominational, or you don't want to get into any of that. But for me, it's like thinking with my mind and with what I see physically versus just going with a feeling or the gut. So some of the best times and things in my life were when I just went with my gut and didn't really overly think. Anything from music, sometimes it just comes really quick and you got to just go with your best thought right away. Even if you don't know what it is, it's like a vibe. Same thing in life with, big things like this house. I knew when I saw it, that was the one. And, some of the craziest times in my life and best stories and best things or feelings I remember more than the actual things that happen. So sometimes you just got to run with it and go with your gut. Listen to your internal feelings. Mother Nature, whatever's talking to you, whatever that is, just run with that vibe regardless, It'll do you right. At least for me, that's what I found. So I find that a lot when I'm traveling, just kind of like this thing. You just go with where the wind blows you, where it takes you. And you'll have some amazing memories and some amazing times, and it'll change and transform you as a person. So that's how I remain balanced, and just tuning in, knowing when to do that, and not to overdo it, because sometimes I have to not jump too fast and actually think about what I see and analyze things and figure it out before I just leap. Look before you leap, right? So again, those are my balanced things, and that's how I keep my mental, physical, and spiritual balance, and they're all important. And I think that's an important thing in life. So not to preach to anyone, but that's just what I'm feeling at the moment, and the lesson I want to throw through this camcorder over to you through the mic and explain how I do it. So shout outs to my cousin Amy, by the way. We went to Brewport. It was an amazing meal. I hope you like that bacon mashed potato pie a little bit. I know you're a cheese pie kind of person, but I hope you got to enjoy that as well. And didn't want to forget about that experience because it was a great one. There just was so many this time around that it's just hard to talk about all of them. But I like to tell you guys and then go back when I get old and forgetful, hopefully in my hundreds or 90s, and relive it. So that's why I want to throw it out there and let you know what I've been doing and the vibes I got going on. So also I want to talk a little bit about Connecticut and Texas. So it's weird. Texas is home now. It really has that feel, and I love it here. I wouldn't regret it at all, and I'm very glad we're here. But Connecticut was my home for 40 years, and pretty much my whole life. So I will say the food in Connecticut is amazing. Check mark over Texas, easy, at least over the area we're in. Austin's pretty amazing, but we're not that close. Friends and family, of course, I have way more out there. I haven't even made any friends or family here other than the lady across the street who's pretty nice, that'll bring in my garbage cans sometimes and grab her mail when they're not here. But we're just moving in here, so we'll get to that at some point. We're just working on the houses. Also, the past, my stories, memories, all those things I have in Connecticut. So I found myself going around a lot to certain areas with friends and with family. They always drive me around. It was like the Bridgeport, Stratford area, and I would just kick it and walk around and reminisce and be like, oh yeah, I remember this, I remember that. Me and my sister parked at the church next to my grandparents and walked all through Stratford. And we stopped at the store. I believe it's called Hilltop Market. It's across the elementary school that I went to. And I remember my grandma used to go there and buy cat food and little things for the house. And I always wanted to get some candy, one little thing, and she let me get it most of the time. So we went there and I had some candy, and it was pretty cool because the store looked exactly the same. It really just hasn't changed. So I wasn't sure if it was going to be a Starbucks or be closed, but that was cool. Walking around Yukon is always great. Got to go with my wife, and we got to get our steak and cheese with from Sergeant Pep's with let's see, I think it has French fries, chicken tenders, macaroni and cheese, fried cheese bites, like everything you could think of on it. So that was good. And then we went over to the dairy bar and got our ice cream. I'm sad I didn't get to see my boys up there. And I just didn't have time. This trip, it's crazy. I was there for like a month, but it seemed so fast because everyone was on a different schedule. There's a lot of things going on and just logistics. So if I missed you, my bad. All my people in the Yukon area, next time around, hopefully for sure. And a lot of people that I did see, I only saw like once, and I wish I had more time to see all you guys. But other than Connecticut, Texas, it's got a lot of advantages for me. The weather is way better. Even in the summer in Connecticut, I have to say it was cold. I mean, I was wearing sweatpants and sweatshirts at night. A lot of times wearing long pants during the day. I did get a couple beach days and it was beautiful, but in general it was just kind of humid and it wasn't warm enough. I couldn't imagine being there for the rest of the year. That's supposed to be the hottest time of the year. It is a weird summer and it was off everywhere and it's rained a lot, but man, we got a lot of rain when I was in Connecticut, like way too much. Also, now that I live in a very small town, I gotta say the traffic was like such a pain in the ass. There was sometimes it was just ridiculous. Even my sister said, I have never seen it this much. Pulling out of parking spots and you got to wait forever, and people just on top of each other. I looked up the other day that the population from the year I was born until now is roughly doubled in the world. So everything's more crowded. It's just crazy. It's just the way the life is. So when I'm in the Northeast, I think I like, just hiking and doing all those fun things and walking on the street. But driving is just not fun there anymore. I like it way better out here. The traffic moves way faster. The speed limits are faster. There's less people on the road. It's just easier. And also, it's way cheaper to fill up on gas. First of all, you do much better on gas because you're flying on the road. Second of all, gas is like, I don't know the exact percentage, but it's way cheaper. Also, food, hotels, everything's here is way cheaper. So it's tough sometimes traveling. Obviously, friends and family, hosted me most of the time, but being that I'm on a retiree budget at the moment, it's a little pricey to be in the Northeast, so it's a little rough. And it wasn't the best for camping with it being so cold and rainy, so I only got to camp one day, even though I didn't bring your tent back, Chaz and Elba. My bad. I actually, when we came over to your house, that was like the first thing. I was like, oh, I got it in the truck, gotta bring it in, gotta bring it again, gotta bring it in. Then I think pizza went to the brain. We just brought that in and totally forgot. So love you guys. But yeah, I didn't even use the tent much, so ironically. And the beach, I had a good beach day a couple times in Connecticut, not many. And the beach is cool, but it's different. In Texas, it's way warmer, both outside and also the water. So that is way more enjoyable. I love driving my van onto the beach, having all my stuff in the car. I could always kick in and, turn on the music, grab anything I need, don't have to walk. It's really convenient, and the wind is kicking up too, so it's nice. Clearer water, not that it's crystal clear like other parts of the world, like Puerto Rico or anywhere in the Caribbean, but it is a lot better here, clearness wise, than the Northeast. Not as rocky, the sand's nicer, whatever, the beach is better, right? I don't have to go on and on. So yeah, all these things have just kind of made it feel more like home here. It's crazy that I've spent 90+% of my life in Connecticut, 99%, whatever it is, and then came here, and now it already feels more like home. But I have my house, I have things the way I want, I have my stuff, anything from my shoe collection, which is decently extensive, if you guys know me, my hats, my clothes, my firearms, all my fun stuff here. It's all here. So yeah, it's feeling like home. And I just wanted to also touch base with some people. Now that I saw so many people, it made me think of this. the pandemic. So during the pandemic, like I said before, me and my wife traveled pretty much the whole thing without many restrictions, truthfully. So we almost feel like it didn't happen. It was a weird year for us. A lot of people were on, we'll call it house arrest, right? Everyone was just stuck home, figuring out what they're doing, working from home, schooling kids from home, all that. So it was good to see everyone, friends and family, and see how it affected them, you know. I think a lot of people, there was like two categories they fell in, and a lot of people switched from one to the other too. So there was the beginning category where everyone was like super paranoid and worried, and remember, we couldn't touch anything. If you touched anything, you had to cleanse it 10 times, and you were wearing 5 masks, not going out, not doing anything. And then when more came out about this, we figured out a little more what it was. You know, at some point people were going out and picking up stuff to eat, and the touching thing became a non-issue, as far as like, you know, wearing gloves out to places and stuff like that. So basically, I think, you know, like house arrest, you know, people use their time different ways, same as being arrested physically in jail. You know, some people will just get addicted to drugs, you know what I mean, get out of their gym stuff, getting to bad eating habits, you know, just doing things that are relatively negative, you know. And then there's a whole nother group where they do things all positive. They start reading books more, you know, getting into a workout routine, learning some skills, be that instruments, cooking, growing plants in the backyard, you know, getting some of their own food sources, traveling more, changing jobs for the better. Some people even retiring, just figuring out spending more time with family and friends, and you know, getting your life time back is more important than the money or working. So I saw that as a common theme, whether it be taking more time off from work, or changing careers, or whatever that be. So yeah, it's interesting to see how everyone grew during the pandemic. Like I said, for us, we traveled the whole time, so we had this perspective that was very unique. We got into, you know, pretty much every national park we wanted to, which, you know, isn't even close to probably half of them because there's so many, but we did a lot of them. I would say all the majors in general, or most of the majors in general, and really didn't have too much trouble. There's some of the parks we had to get you know, shuttle passes and stuff like that, or some of them we couldn't camp in the park, we had to camp out. But little things, we did really good in the US, and same in Mexico. We lost a little bit of the Quintana Roo region, specifically Cozumel. Half of the island was shut down, and you know, we couldn't get to the other side, which was during my wife's birthday, which is rough. But we know we will be back on that, and you know, we you know, can get to Quintana Roo pretty easy, and it's not too expensive. So we love that area. We'll definitely be back. We also found some towns and areas that we really like, and found inexpensive ways to do things, great restaurants. So we're prepared to go back and do it again and better. That brings us to the third part of that, which is going to be our travels. So we are going to be heading out a little before Halloween, and we're going to be doing a world trip. We're hoping to do Europe through all of fall to the beginning of winter, and you know, see a bunch of stuff, and stay mostly in the warmer regions like Spain and Portugal and that area. And then for the winter, we're hoping to go over to Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, you know, China, Japan. Whatever's open that makes sense, we're still booking that out. And then we're hoping to come back in the spring, the beginning of it, back to Europe, probably to do Italy and Greece and more the southern part, and then we'll work our way up as the weather gets warmer, eventually getting, you know, as far as like Poland, Czechoslovakia, you know, the whole Lithuania, the whole top. So that's ultimately what we're looking to do. Yeah, I mean, life's been good. I can't complain. 2020 has treated me well. You know, I'm semi-retired. It doesn't quite feel like that yet because, you know, we traveled so much, which is great, actually. I mean, that does feel like retirement to me. It's just beyond. You know, I've been to so many places. It was amazing, and better than I can imagine. and I saw cooler things than I could imagine. But that worldwide trip has always been, lingering. We're supposed to be done already, and it's taking a little longer with everything. We're so happy we got the house and we get some renewable income. But we're both very excited to do that and then settle down and start a family. So that's what's going on in my life now. And, this balance is coming there. I'm starting to really enjoy getting older and these experiences and all these things I've had between the amazing interactions with people, new friends, old friends, reconnections. I wanted to do more podcasts on the road. I actually planned on it. So I had a bunch of guests lined up, and it didn't work out for timing. Some of them I didn't reach out to. I'm sorry. I told you guys, we would try to get it in and get a podcast. I just really got strapped on time. And at the end of it, I realized, I love doing this and I love doing the podcast, but it's not my life. I don't get paid for it. And, I'm going to enjoy my time, and I could always come back and talk about it, right? So I wasn't able to do a podcast. My mom ended up not wanting to do one. So I totally understood and respect that. A couple other friends I just really didn't link up with that we were going to do the podcast. I was thinking about doing one with my cousin, but, we hadn't seen each other in so long. Like, honestly, I really just wanted to talk, and I didn't want to share them with you guys. I'm sorry, next time. But I really just needed that time. And same with all the friends and stories that I just said a minute ago. It just really didn't make sense for me to pull out a camcorder at the moment and time this all up and do it. So I'm looking forward to having more guests, and I would like to have guests live. I don't really dig the whole Skype thing. I mean, I like it. I like talking to friends and doing my own thing. But as far as a show goes and entertainment, the quality and the vibe of it, it's not the same. So basically, after travels, first of all, during travels, me and Aranza have thought of doing a podcast. So I think we're pretty locked in and on that idea. So you'll see the Budget Travel Couple podcast coming out. And we should do one for every city or country we go to. We don't have an exact schedule and timing, but we're hoping to do it on the road, and depending on how good the Wi-Fi is or when we get it, upload them along the way. So we'll have our live thoughts of what we're feeling, what we like, what we didn't, food spots, spots we stayed for accommodations, how the budget was, how the place lived up to our expectations or not. We'll give you all that, basically the mental of how it felt for us, the physical of, how easy or not easy it was getting to things, doing all that, and the spiritual gut feelings of how the place felt to us. I mean, I've gone to places that I love right away, Miami, Puerto Rico, just to name a couple off the top of my head. They're home. I've been there many times, and when I first went there, it felt like home. There's also other places I've liked the vibe right away, but they're not home. And I go every so often. Vegas, New Orleans, things like that. They're great, but they're a little overwhelming. I don't need them all the time. So we'll be giving you honest feedback, all that, through the Budget Travel Couple podcast coming soon. And after that, when I get back, I'm hoping to have friends start coming down. Come check me out, escape your cold cities, and come down to Texas. You'll have a place to stay. You have a podcast to do. And I think that ultimately was the reason I wanted to do this podcast. So I'm moving towards that goal. And I would love to have friends, family come stay. It's not an obligation to do the podcast, but I would love it if you did. And once we do the podcast, it'll be like a special moment and vibe that we have for a long time. So if you're interested, let me know. It's possible we might even do 1, 2, or more before October. So if you want to and you're around and you got time off, or you can get time off and you want to come down to Texas, bring the family, come solo, whatever, let me know. We'll do it up. We'll do the podcast. If not, we should be back in like April, May. Probably going to do a little trip to the Northeast and or Connecticut again. But other than that, I'm looking to I'm looking to host people, and be it couch surfers, because I'd like to get back into couch surfing and then open the house up. Have people come and stay, have them do the podcast, talk to them about their life, maybe for the first time getting to know them, actually just have that conversation live in front of you guys, so I can learn while you're learning. That'd be cool. We can document it. And then friends that I've known forever, a couple of you guys, when I talked to it already, you basically told me you're in. A couple of them, I know if we have a beer and start kicking stories, it might be a 4-hour podcast, because we got a lot of crazy stories. Specifically, when I was with Colin and TJ, we were just going back and forth, kicking stories about UConn, and even that little 4-year gap in our life. There's just so many stories. I know. TJ, we could kick stories forever, bro. So all's good. Sounds like it's raining a little bit. I hear it up here. Seems to be a theme in the US. Everyone's either having rain or drought. Here it's been more rain, but I have to say, we are more of a tropical environment, so we get crazy winds, we get crazy rain. It tends not to happen as often. It doesn't last as long. Around cut the grass before I left like 2 weeks ago, and I look now, it doesn't even need it. So if I can go 3-4 weeks without cutting grass, it's great. I asked her how long it took, and she said it was 4 hours, and that's with a ride-on lawnmower. I know it was the first time cutting with the ride-on, so it probably took her a little longer, but we also have areas around the fenced-in yard, and you got to push it with the push mower, and there's little extra things to do, so it takes longer. But so this is a little longer than the average podcast. I thank you guys for sticking in and just listening to me talk your face off. I hope you got something from this. I hope you have balance in your life, and I hope, however you achieve that, you get better balance, be it the mental part, the physical part, or the spiritual part. I feel like once you get those balanced in your life, they all combine together, and ultimately balance is happiness. At least that's what I found. Words of wisdom from me to you, from me to myself, from me to my kids, to whoever's listening to this podcast. I hope it helps you. I hope you enjoyed some of these stories. And I hope you have a beautiful Friday, a beautiful weekend, and I hope that it's not 6+ weeks till next time we come back. I'm going to try to do these more often. I had thought of, I don't want to have a schedule. This isn't a 9-to-5 job, and I'd rather keep it spontaneous, and when I have something to say and, something cool to spit it out to you guys. But I'm hoping give or take one a week, and I was hoping to load up actually on my trip, come back and just bang them off, give you a whole bunch, but it didn't work out that way. So I came back here just to make a thankful podcast and say much love to everyone I saw, and also sorry and much love to people I didn't see. I talked to a few guys already, and just our schedules didn't link out. Other people I just haven't had a chance to speak to yet. Life's crazy, life's hectic sometimes, but you know what? I love all you guys, even when I don't see you. And a lot of you guys, we just pick up on the same spot we did last time we spoke, or even better when we do speak. So I love how close all my friends and family are, and that we have that bond, and that you guys are always in my thoughts and my heart, even when I don't see you. So thank you so much, and continue striving for that balance in your life. I don't believe anyone has perfect balance. Maybe that's what happens when you do that, you go to the next life. But for now, keep getting stronger, keep looking for that balance, keep striving towards it, and be happy. Have a beautiful weekend. Love all you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Joe Peoples Podcast, Episode 5, August 27th. We made it, all right? So much love. I appreciate every one of you guys, and I'm out. I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Chill.